what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat and today's video is supposedly a writing vlog, but is really going to be more like a day of writing and not even that, because today is July 14th. Another week of Camp NaNoWriMo has come and gone, and I only wrote twice this week. July 11th and today, which is July 14th, but I already made a video about July 11th. That was my attempt at a half marathon write-a-thon. Okay, editing Sarah here. I realized after filming this video that I actually did write on July 8th, and so that's super exciting. And so I actually wrote 3 days this week and not 2, so that is super reassuring actually. But I'm gonna say this a few more times because I don't want to refilm the whole thing, but instead of writing 2 times like I keep saying in the video, I actually wrote 3. Today is July 8th and it is 6:48 p.m., which means that I have already worked today. And now that I'm back home, it is time for me to hop on because in 12 minutes, I'm hosting a live stream with author Angela Ann and Keelan Rivers on my channel. And we're gonna write some words because the past 3 days have been 0 word days, which is totally okay, but we're gonna get some words in today. So I'm hosting a sprint right now. We are an hour and a half into it on our last sprint with author Angela Ann and Keelan Rivers. I have totally ditched the idea of doing only 25-minute sprints. I stopped that last week apparently, and so this week we're going to be doing probably some more varied sprint lengths. I'm really enjoying being back in my writing room. During this live stream right now, it's really nice because I kind of get to just like breathe and be like, oh yeah, like this is my creative space, which is really cool and exciting. And I'm really happy to be back here. It was nice being in Minnesota over the 4th of July, but I'm happy to be back in this, like, I'm gonna call it the zone, my like room where I am creative. It's where I did my painting, back in my bathroom, on the floor of my bathroom. And then in this room is where I get to like write and paint and be creative. It's where my bookshelf is all set up. I really love this space. Because I am plantsing this novel, which is like a combination of plotting and pantsing, because I did attempt to start to outline this project, which was very bizarre for me, but I also did it with the Save the Cat method, where I made a spreadsheet and in each block for each story beat for each perspective, basically just tried to write in like a sentence summarizing what would happen. So basically giving myself a lot of freedom, but because I haven't written in like 3 days, and I kind of got to a point where I'm like not really sure how like this next part is gonna start. I was having a little bit of trouble during that live stream, but across 55 minutes total of writing during that stream, I did get 482 words, which is pretty solid, and like I'm happy with it. Again, I'm going for progress this month. It would be really cool to hit the 30K. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit the 30K, but I'm just going for progress, and so I'm happy with this. Yeah. This is giving us a nice little curve so far, but you can see the 1, 2, 3 days I didn't write, and then today I added my 482 words. So we're starting to go back up. I'm about 1,000 words below where I'm supposed to be, but that's okay, I will catch up. Also, sorry for the super dirty screen. I have stopped officially doing the 25-minute writing sprints exclusively. They worked really well for me for the first 4 days of July, and then kind of like today, aka getting back into work and stuff, on July 8th, which is today, the 25-minute writing sprints just don't make as much sense for me, especially when I was hosting a live stream, because I like want to be accommodating to the people who show up, and to like author Angela Ann and Keelan for showing up, and for the people that I have on my streams. I want to be mindful of like what they need time-wise, and so I've stopped doing the 25-minute writing sprints for now. We'll see if I get back into that or not. I'm kind of thinking I won't, but I did really enjoy those and how productive they were. The last sprint of my live stream that happened today was a 25-minute writing sprint, and I only got like 214 words or something like that, which was like much slower than like any of the other 25-minute writing sprints that I've done thus far in July, where I've got like 400 to 600, which is totally fine. It was just like an interesting observation. So on July 11th, when I was writing and walking and trying to accomplish that goal, and then went axe throwing and all that fun stuff, I wrote 654 words, as well as did a 4-hour live stream that was really fun, but was not expecting that to go for 4 hours. And then today on July 14th, I did 605 words, of which I actually started at work, and I did a 10-minute writing sprint during my lunch break. And during that 10-minute writing sprint, I got 300 words in. I think that is the most insane 10-minute writing sprint I've done ever, because like that's a lot of words. And I'm wondering if that's because I was like stressed out continually checking the time to make sure that I wasn't going past my lunch hour and that I was going to get back to my desk on time. But that was the first time that I've tried bringing my computer and writing at work, and it worked really, really well. And so I'm going to try and continue to implement that, because after today's writing 605 words, that brings me to 8,045 words when I should be at almost 14,000. So I'm about 6,000 words behind. And it's kind of interesting because with my newish job, I've been there for about a month and a half now, I was concerned about finding writing time and finding creative time in general, but my work day takes out about 10 hours of my day, including driving. And so trying to work around that block of time to also do creative things is difficult, because I'm really tired when I get back home and just want to like lay down for a while, and then when I'm done with that, then I need to like eat dinner, and then I pretty much need to go to bed. And so this has been quite the experiment trying to figure out when I can write. Today showed me that I can write during lunch, which is good, which is really good. And so I'm going to start bringing my computer more, and hopefully I will get more writing sprints in, because I am 6,000 words behind. This also means that we are almost halfway through the month and I am behind, which means now I need to write, don't check my math on this because I'm not sure, but I think I need to write like 1,300 words a day to catch up and finish. And I'm feeling optimistic, and I think that I can finish. And I was posting about this in the Facebook group that I started that we're using as our like Camp Nano cabin, where I know that I'm really behind, but I still feel motivated and I still feel like I can smash it out of the park. But at the same time, it's like I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at how many 0 word days I've had. Like today is July 14th, but I've had 7 0-word days. So if that continues again over the next 2 weeks, and I do the same amount of writing, but I have the same amount of 0-word days as well, I will be at July 28th with 16,000 words, which is half of what I want to be at by the end of the month. And even when I was writing on July 11th, which is when I did my write-a-thon, I was in kind of a rough patch on something that I had not yet outlined on my Save the Cat beat sheet when I had gone through and done that. And I was trying to make it from the catalyst to like what happens next. And I was able to fight through it in those 654 words, but it was really hard. And I spent every sprint of that 4-hour live stream working on those 654 words, because I was just trying to like chip away at what was coming next. Which brings me to why I think I'm so optimistic and why I think I could still potentially do 30K this month. And that is because now that we have done everything up until the catalyst, that the next part is actually where like the plot happens. And like this is what I was thinking about when I came up with the idea for the story, was the plot, which is weird for me because I normally come up with world building first, but the plot showed up in my brain. And so this is the part that I like know what happens. Well, to like some extent, I'm still somewhat pantsing, but like mostly sort of planning, or I already sort of planned it. So every point on the beat sheet had one box in Excel for each of the 3 characters, which I will talk on just a second. But for each of those boxes in the beat sheet Excel spreadsheet that I made, I only put down 1 or 2 sentences because I wanted to give myself a super, super rough outline and a very forgiving outline so that I could still work through and do whatever I wanted in that. And so it was very flexible, and I was trying to keep it very flexible but like semi-structured so that I could still pants, but I could also sort of know what I was doing this month. So my project, which is a Hades and Persephone retelling, currently has 3 characters. One of them now seems kind of pointless, so I might be cutting out a POV. And like I think that the character is really important for the start of the book and like kind of good for world building, but like that's not a good enough reason to leave a character in. And that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now, because I don't know if I should continue writing them just to cut them out later, or if I should cut them out now to potentially, if I decide to, like go back and add them back in. I might just keep writing and kind of like do chapters for them occasionally, because I'm writing chronologically, which is weird for me. I normally am like all over the place with like 14 notes documents and like writing like, oh, this would be like a good snippet of dialogue for like the end. Ooh, this is a good one to like add to the beginning. Just interesting, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with that yet, because I also don't have a plot arc in mind for this character, whereas I definitely do for like Persephone's character and for my other character. But this like third character is giving me a lot of problems because I think that they are a good storytelling tool, but not great for the story itself because I don't know what their plot is. I don't know what their arc is. Yeah. And so I still could catch up. And that is what I'm trying to focus on. And so I want to know down in the comments below how you guys are doing right now, how you guys are feeling with Camp Nano right now. And if you're struggling or if you are just like killing it, smashing it out of the park, I want to know. Please don't leave me hanging. Tell me down in the comments below. But kind of like this week, especially because I tried to do my like major write-a-thon thing, I realized how much time editing videos eats up in my week because I only have so much time after work. And which is like totally fair and understandable, but I talked about this in my reaching 1,000 subscribers video, but basically I go through in 3 kind of renditions and then I'll watch it again a 4th time. But the first one I go through and just like rough chop, so I cut out all my breaths and ums. The second time I'm like watching it through, making sure that everything like flows together pretty well. And then the third time is just making sure that I didn't miss anything. And then I'll go back through one last time, a 4th time before I upload it. So considering that I already don't have a ton of time outside of work, then coming home and doing my videos takes up a lot of time. But even then, it's not necessarily time that I would be writing, because if I'm tired and I can just kind of go through one of my videos footage and cut out all of my breaths and ums and do like that whole rough chop, that's something that I can do when I'm tired and my brain just kind of wants to be off. That's not necessarily time that I would be writing because my brain's not on and working. So it doesn't necessarily take away from my creative brain like right after work, but it's when like a video takes up my whole evening that I kind of get concerned about how I'm not working on my writing and I'm working on videos. This is just something for me to be aware of. I'm not going to be changing anything about my channel. I'm not changing my upload schedule. This was just an interesting thing for me to observe and kind of try and keep in mind and make slightly shorter videos so that I don't spend quite so much time all the time working on videos that are kind of long and intensive, and kind of trying to make slightly shorter videos that are easier to edit. That's the key. They don't necessarily have to be short videos as long as they are easy-ish to edit, because that's where my true time saver comes in. But all right, an attack plan for week 3. I'm going to be bringing my computer to the office and I'm going to be writing when I get home. I do have plans this upcoming weekend, so I'm kind of concerned about that, but at the same time, it's like this is something that I really want. I'm really enjoying writing a new book. And progress is progress. And so even at the very least, if I don't hit 30K, I will have started a new book this month, which is still really cool, but also still really trying to focus on it. Because even if I don't hit 30,000 words in this project, I will not consider that a failure. I will consider that a break for my mind from my project DE, which I was editing before this and will be editing the 3rd draft in August. And so like I just needed a creative break, and that is what I'm using this month for. I do still really want to hit that 30K though. So it could still be done, but it will be hard and it will take time. And so we're gonna see. I might end up doing some more write-a-thons and stuff and hopefully succeeding at them this month. And I don't think I could do a 10K day. The best day I've ever done is 4,000 words, and I think I've hit 3,000 like twice. But I could probably do a couple like 2,000 word days, maybe even a 3,000 word day. We're just gonna kind of have to like watch and see, because this still could be achieved, but it will be difficult for sure. Because with 16 more days, I have 22,000 words to go. Today is July 13th at like 10:30 or something, and I just found out that I am at 4,074 watch hours, which means that I'm gonna get to apply to be a YouTube partner, aka I finally passed the benchmarks to get monetized. Thank you guys so much. It like hasn't settled in because I'm very tired and my computer keeps crashing, but I'm sure I'll thank you guys again tomorrow. Before I sign off, I did want to say a quick thank you to you guys. I just reached the minimum for monetization. I reached 1,000 subscribers a while ago, but I just reached the 4,000 watch hours point, and I wanted to say thank you guys so much. I got the email that I was like eligible to apply for monetization, and that is so cool. I made this channel because I really wanted to like connect with the AuthorTube community. I wanted to connect with other writers, and I have done that, and that's been absolutely amazing. And I'm meeting new people like almost every single day from this, which is incredible. And so I wanted to say thank you guys so much for receiving my channel really well, because this has been so much fun and I'm not stopping anytime soon. That being said, that's it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for everything. If you liked this video, even though it wasn't really a writing vlog, please give it a big thumbs up because it really supports my channel. If you are not already subscribed, please make sure you do so you don't miss another one of my videos of me hopefully pulling through and killing it at the rest of Camp Nano. I post videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays and occasionally do live streams, and so I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!